Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the latest HKK blog, also known as the TPGW Revolution 5 post-show state of address. And by that I mean, welcome to the midway point between Seasons 3 and Season 4. I'm MTB HKK here with V-Pac and Drew Diamond.
Hello.
Greetings.
V-Pac, are you okay? You look down the dumps.
I'm fine.
You look like you lost in 9 seconds.
Ah,
Oh yeah, I did see that. Oh, you
should have
talk
worn
so
the
much
chin
crap
strap,
and then
but other than that, other than that, what a revolution we had. First of all, we have to go over the champions. So congratulations to all the champions that we have. New Underground Internet champion, JP D'Angelo. New TPGW Renegade champion, Mellow Cross. New TPGW Hardcore champion, Charles Schultz. Speaking of Schultz, new Diamonds Tag Team champions, the Vixens of Carnage, and that's Tia and Mikasa Schultz. New TPGW Tag Team champions, the Riot Brothers. New TPGW 229 champion, the gold piece of shit, Frost. New TPGW Genesis champion, Alicia Schultz. New TPGW Euro American champion, Zaya Steele. New Intercontinental champion, Ivy Embers. New Triple Crown champion, Jamal Bedlam. New TPGW Diamonds World champion, Tony fucking Storm. And new TPGW World champion, Son Gohan. I don't think we need any more championships in TPGW. What do you think?
no. I think we're good.
I think that's good. So Holly, Hit Kid, if you're listening to this, no more. No más.
Top of many champions.
Yes. This isn't Too Many Champions League. No offense. I love that show.
Yeah. But good God, too many champions.
But with this and the massive roster we've got in TPGW, we got to talk about a better way to organize all this. Which is why after Revolution 5, I sat down with Hit Kid, I sat down with Holly Harris, and I sat down with Lucifer, and we hashed out one heck of a brand new rankings gimmick. So would you gentlemen like to hear about this rankings system that we have here in TPGW now?
Go ahead.
Hold on 1 second before you do this whole ranking crap.
Okay.
I gotta get something off my chest.
All right, shoot.
You know what? I gotta thank Patrick Wolf. I gotta thank him for humiliating me and super kicking me in my face. Because now I have a fucking excuse to get out this damn commentary booth and get back in the fucking ring. You heard me, MTB. Fuck this commentary bullshit. I'm getting back in the TPGW ring and actually gonna give this company an actual legit star that it fucking needs. And I'm gonna start with Patrick fucking Wolf.
Well, we'll discuss Vincent Cipriani's re-signing later. Right now we have a. Well, the Vincent has apparently left the. He's apparently left the room. So yes, now we are going to. Apparently, it's just me and Drew Diamond talking about the ranking system.
Oh boy.
That's wonderful. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and start off. The TPGW stars will be split off into 4 rankings. Tiers 4 through 1. Tier 4 will cover the undercard championships. The requirements in order to compete for an undercard championship will be up to 5 career victories, plus 3 TPGW victories, or being a former undercard champion with 5 wins in your career.
Very interesting.
Yes, and of course this will cover, for the men, it will cover the tag team championships, the underground internet title, the 229 championship, and the hardcore championship. For the women, it will cover the Diamonds Tag Team Championships, and the new Renegade Championship. And here comes the fun part. Tier 3. For the men, it will be the Euro-American Championship Contendership. For the women, it'll be the Genesis Championship Contendership. Requirements: you either need to be either a former hardcore champion, a former 229 champion, a former underground internet champion, a former tag team champion, or hold any championship in another league besides TPGW. Any championship.
Ah. Okay.
So if if you're new to the game and you never held a belt, you can't compete for the Euro American Championship. Ah, yes, and welcome Robert McNicol to the show.
Gentlemen, how you been?
Yes, you just missed Vincent Cipriani storming off.
Oh God!
Being his usual.
It's official. The final boss is now coming to TPGW. That's great.
Yeah, it's a day that ends in Y.
But other than that, man, what a week has it been to end the grand return of the People's Global Wrestling. Am I right?
We were just discussing the new rankings. I already covered the undercard tier, and we're discussing the requirements for Tier 3, which is the Euro-American Contendership. I already mentioned the Hardcore Championship is required, or the 229, or the Underground Internet, or the Tag Team titles, or any championship from any other league to qualify.
So someone could perceivably hold a, like...
For example, if you're a former UCWL Cyberspace champion and you come to TPGW, you can compete for the Euro-American Championship.
Or if someone holds like the Dream United States Championship, and came to your league, they could
compete for the Euro-American Championship. Exactly. Or for example, for the women, the Genesis Championship Contendership is Tier 3, of which you would need to either be a former Renegade champion, a former Diamonds Tag Team champion, or a champion in any other promotion, i.e. the DCA Fever Championship,
or the UWL Sparks Championship.
Exactly.
Okay, that's fair. Now, question for the rankings: Are we still going on the guys that wins and losses do matter?
Oh yes, they do.
Oh,
excellent.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
The more wins you have, the more likely you're going to rise through the ranks and become the current ranked #1 contender.
Now, I agree that wins and losses do count, but there's also should be some specific criteria for the ranking system to either go up or go down.
Oh yes,
One
and we will
being
get to that in just a second for this ranking system. I'll explain all the
Fair
ins
enough.
and outs of it in a second, but first we have to move on to Tier 2, which of course for the men is the Triple Crown Championship contendership, and for the women is the Intercontinental Championship. Now, here's where it
which
gets
are currently being held by, I do believe, Jamal Bedlam for the men.
and Ivy Embers for the women.
Okay.
Yes, so the Triple Crown Championship contendership. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The requirements for
Okay.
this, in order to be able to consider a Triple Crown contender and be a Tier 2 competitor, is to either be a former Euro American champion from this point on, or, and here's the tricky part,
Okay.
a former world champion in any other promotion.
So basically,
And this includes the Call All-Stars and VW World titles.
that is very interesting because that means a lot of big players can have a chance to be a part of Tier 2. Ben Hopkins, Zach Stone, Sly Cooper, and a lot of other people, you know?
Yeah.
But what that
And
means
then
is
definitely-
that
and-
they cannot be Tier 1.
That's interesting, honestly.
Which,
That
yes. Which, of course, Tier 1 is, for the men, the TPGW World Championship, and for the women, the Diamonds World Championship.
Man.
Currently held by Son Gohan and Tony Storm, respectively.
That is some earth-shattering news.
Because now there are exceptions with Tier 1, and I'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
The requirements for Tier 1 are being a former Triple Crown champion or an already previously held TPGW World Champion.
Ooh.
For the women, it is the Intercontinental Championship or being a former Diamonds World Champion.
Interesting.
Essentially, the only way you're going to become a TPGW champion or Diamonds World Champion is to devote yourself to enough time within TPGW to really establish yourself and represent TPGW as a world champion.
As the man, basically.
That's
That
right.
that is the peak,
Now,
which every man and woman wants to go after.
yes. Now there are exceptions. We have the classic Money in the Bank scenario, which will return eventually. We have the King of the Ring contendership. Whoever wins the King of the Ring automatically gets a shot at a moment of their time, at the moment of their choosing for the TPGW World Title. And something
Question
else
about the. Go ahead.
and as far as the women are concerned, they will have their own tournament, which will be similar to the current duality tournament that is going on right now.
Interesting.
And by that, I mean it is a tower, because when one person is eliminated, that person advances until that person is defeated.
Oh, so kind of like the old school MK Tower thing.
Exactly.
Like, you win a match, you move on, but if you lose, you got to go back. The person who beat you takes your place
and goes forward.
Yeah, I like that actually. I like that.
I can officially announce now of what that tournament will be. It'll run parallel to the King of the Ring tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And it will officially be called the Eddie Mack Memorial Bombshell Cup.
Oh.
I love it. I love it.
This has been
I love that name.
with all creators, with as many creators as I could in VW to get the official name to say this. And I am very proud to be hosting this thing because it's going to be...
Honestly,
Honestly,
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Honestly, I bet right now the big man upstairs is smiling about that, you know?
Indeed.
And
of course, the other exception, we got to move on.
Mm-hmm.
The other exception is, of course, the Royal Rumble.
Of course, you have to have the Royal Rumble in there, okay? because that match always that's your match that sets up your Revolution basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's your big move. That's your big one. You win that automatically in the main event of Revolution.
Yes, which I can say in 2022, Revolution 6 will be taking place live down south. Very south.
You mean you going down?
We are going down to the Maracana Stadium in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Oh, so, we going international for Revolution next year. I love it.
Yes, but going back to the rankings, we got to talk about, of course, how the number one contendership is going to be decided. Now, obviously, if you're a number one contender, either the number two contender or someone in a ranking above you, someone in a tier above you can challenge that number one contender spot. So say,
so it could be like a rank up
someone
system.
in tier, someone in tier 3. The number one contender in tier 3 wants to challenge for the Euro American Championship, but a tier 2 guy wants a shot at the Euro American Championship, even though they're a Triple Crown contender. They can choose to challenge the number one contender, and if they win, they are going to be the next in line to challenge the Euro American champion.
Now the big question is, what would happen if the person who makes said challenge loses? Will they still be in line for a shot at the Triple Crown Championship, or will they be taken down a notch?
Oh, no. Once they're in a tier, they are specifically in a tier. But if they lose, they drop in rank within that tier.
Okay.
I see.
This is where the wins and losses come into play.
Okay.
So that means... And once you lose, you go to the back of the line.
Yep.
No belly aching.
No belly aching, no whining, no crying. You gotta earn your bread, son.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Keeps those competitors hungry. Keeps those teeth sharp. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Keeps people on their toes.
So the next thing we have to talk about is, of course, who ranks where.
That's the big question.
So, first and foremost, I am going to say that there will be a slight exception to this ranking rule at the next TPGW Live. I'll explain why in a little bit, but let's get through the rankings first. Tier 4.
Okay.
The undercard contendership. For the women, number 6, Nicole of Silver and Black. Number 5, Shelly B of Silver and Black. Number 4, Devil Jen of Satan's Ballroom. Number 3, Morgan Santoki. Number 2, Kirara. And number 1, Sanaya Annex.
Interesting choices there for the first rankings of tier 4.
Yes. And for the men in tier 4.
Indeed.
Number 10, Mark Fredericks of True Greatness.
Okay.
Number 9, Alex Rousey. Number 8, Dave Cassidy. Number 7, Jungle Boy. Number 6, Batbane. Number 5, Tobias. Number 4, El Anarquista JB. Number 3, and mind you, these rankings were also picked out, so despite the fact this person's a champion, it has to also do with their success over in TPGW. So with that being said, number 3 is Gregory O'Gallagher.
Okay. Oh, God.
Number 2, Adam Ransom. And number 1, Baston Riley.
Interesting.
Now for tier 3, the Euro American and Genesis contenderships. For the women.
Okay.
Number 5, now officially signed to TPGW, Beryl Bedlam.
Oof.
Ooh.
Beware. Sister Savage is coming.
Number 4, Mikasa Schultz. Number 3, Mellow Cross. Number 2, Sakura Haruno. And number 1, Tia Schultz.
Ooh, two of the Vixens of Carnage in tier 3.
They are the tag team champions, so that qualifies them.
That's fair. That's true. That is the rule.
Now for the men, and this one's going to be a little bit longer. Number 22, Donovan Gunther of the Dragon Slayers. Number 21, Jai Draken of the Dragon Slayers.
Okay.
Number 20, Chavo Guerrero. Number 19, Louis Marino. Number 18, Doug King. Number 17, Alex Blood. Number 16,
Okay.
Matt Thunder. Number 15, Tommaso Ciampa. Number 14, the current Underground Internet Champion, JP D'Angelo. Number 13, Venom. Number 12, Ray Blitz. Number 11, Darren Payne. Number 10, Evan O'Shea. Number 9, Landkrieg. Number 8, the current TPGW 229 champion, Frost. Number 7, the current TPGW Hardcore champion, Charles Schultz. Number 6, one half of the TPGW Tag Team champions, Austin Riot. Number 5, the other half of the Tag Team champions, Brian Riot. Number 4, Jason Collins. Number 3, Patrick Wolf. Number 2, Scott McShannon. And the current number 1 ranked contender, the cyber sensation, Jay Cruz.
Interesting. A lot of moving variables in this first draft of the rankings.
Yep. And
So
you
now
gotta
we
think
get to
a lot
tier
of them
2.
are probably looking at the and like you gotta think tag team partners are probably looking at each other going, I don't think that ranking's right, and we might see like potential tag team partners trying to fight each other to increase in ranking.
Indeed.
That is true. A lot of things can happen. We could see tag teams split up. We could see tag teams implode. We don't know for sure. But when it comes to getting a shot at championships, all bets are off.
Yeah, but there's also little room in the professional wrestling business for friends. You know, everybody's a potential competitor
True.
and trying to take your spot.
That is true. You're right on that one there.
So then we come to tier 2, the Triple Crown and Intercontinental rankings.
Yep, here we go.
For the women, number 10, Jade Hawk. Number 9, Caitlin Cunningham. Number 8, Ino Yamanaka. Number 7, Samantha Hart. Number 6, Allison Simone. Number 5, Charlotte Flair. Number 4, Alicia Schultz. Number 3, Celeste Amira. Number 2, Tia Benson. And the current number 1 ranked contender, Elizabeth Parisa.
Oh my, this is interesting because not only do we see the best friends Sakura and Ino be in different rankings, but so does the Vixens of Carnage. They're split up as well.
Mm-hmm.
This is big news here.
So now we come to the men for Tier 2. Number 10,
Okay.
James Needham. Number 9, Aaron Wilkins. Number 8, EC3. Number 7, Kota Ibushi. Number 6, Midoriya Izuku. Number 5, Andrew Tanaka. Number 4, El Navino. Number 3, Nitro. Number 2, Kenny Omega. And number 1 contender for the Triple Crown Championship currently is the future King of the Pirates, Monkey D. Luffy.
You gotta feel that Kenny Omega has got to be kicking himself in the shin because he was so close on capturing the world title in the main event, but getting dashed and he's not even in the same tier to even get a chance to get another shot at the world title. But the Triple Crown is looming, so he can have a chance at that too.
Indeed. And now we come to Tier 1. The only ones you're not going to hear in this are Son Gohan and Tony Storm because they are the current champions.
That is true. They are the current world champions. Now let's see who's going to be in that ranking system and trying to get a shot at those titles.
So, number 6, Alice Andraste. Number 5, Jennifer Cruel, the current Queens of Wrestling Tartarus champion.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, the current Intercontinental champion in TPGW, Ivy Embers. Number 3, the Long Island Iron Woman, Crystal Marsh. Number 2, the hyperactive enigma, Kitty White. And the current ranked number 1 contender, the Queens of Wrestling Soul Silver champion, Bo Dennis.
Damn.
Very.
Considering the run Bo Dennis has been on, not only in TPGW, but in CWL, getting a shot at the women's title at Active Valor, I'm okay with this because honestly, Bo Dennis has been on a roll as of late, and we might be seeing her becoming once again Diamond's world champion.
Yep.
So now we come to the men.
Now the big one.
Ooh. Okay.
Here we go.
I guess I can count this. Number 10, Vincent Cipriani.
Oh
God. Oh God. I bet he's over. I bet he might be over the moon that the fact that he's in Tier 1.
He is.
And I bet he'll just bitch about he's not even ranked higher.
Only reason he's at the bottom is because he just re-signed as a wrestler. Just about. Got to go through contract negotiations, but he is a former TPGW world champion.
Fair enough.
Number 9, Dante Styles.
Dante Styles. Man who I can believe can be world champion. He just needs that one big moment and he's there. He has the talent, he has the charisma, and he has the mic. He just needs that one big moment, and he's there. He can break through.
Dante Styles was the last man before the previous hiatus to hold the Triple Crown Championship. Hence why he's ranked in Tier 1. Speaking of former World and Triple Crown champions, number 8, Tommy Ventura.
Ooh, Ventura. Mainstay in TPGW, and like you said, former Triple Crown and World Champion here.
Indeed. Number 7, former TPGW World Champion, Daniel Stone.
The All-American Outlaw.
Yep.
Then,
you talked about Kenny Omega earlier. Number 6, former 2-time TPGW World Champion, Soul Reaper.
Soul Reaper was the man who lost the fall at the main event. So you best believe he will be chomping at the bit to get another shot at Son Gohan.
Number 5, a former Triple Crown champion, and a 3-time and the current Euro-American champion, Zaya Steele.
The Prince of Death, the never-ending threat, man, who best believe will be world champion one day once he gets his hands on it. With the current run he's been in, beware the Reaper, or as he likes to say, keep your distance.
Then number 4, the leader of the now revived faction pantheon, the War God Rex Titus.
The man who pulled the wool over everyone's eyes when he reformed Pantheon and got back and saved his job.
Indeed. Number 3, the current CCL World Champion and the now current TPGW Triple Crown Champion, the Savage Jamal Bedlam.
Jamal Bedlam has been on a roll ever since he started the World Tour for the late great Eddie Mack with the CCL World Title. A man who's held World Championships all over virtual wrestling. He would love to add another world title to that moniker and become TPGW World Champion once again, or for the first time. I can't remember.
First time.
Thank
He'll be TPGW World Champion. But that brings us to number 2, a former TPGW World Champion in his own right, and the man who shelved Samoa Joe at Revolution, the Mixed Martial Arts General, George Alpine.
This is interesting Alpine number 2, because Alpine, like you said, a former TPGW World Heavyweight Champion in his own right, and the man who put the Samoan Submission Machine on the shelf, would love to snap, crackle, and pop anybody in his way to get it becoming a 2-time world champion here in the People's Global Wrestling.
And someone who would like to be a 3-time world champion as well, our number 1 ranked contender, the Nightmare, Duncan Vermill.
Oh my God. Duncan Vermill. With what that man's done during Revolution in his match, it's safe to say it was a safe bet for putting him as the number 1 contender for the world title. And if the rankings hold true, we're going to be seeing Duncan Vermill versus Sun Gohan at the first mega event of season 4. That's going to be a barn burner. Down on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wouldn't call it a mega event. Or maybe I would. Because now that we've talked about that, we have to talk about what's next. TPGW Season 4. 22 web matches leading up to the happiest time of the year.
Season premiere.
I was going to say Christmas, actually.
That too. But, yeah.
Or,
you don't celebrate Christmas.
That's right. There will be 22 web matches to help the rankings out along the way.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we will
begin the Holiday USA Tour.
Indeed.
Starting with TPGW Live Episode 45. Live! Christmas morning. Christmas at the Garden.
The Garden?
The Madison Square Garden.
Alrighty then.
Ah.
Okay, big question. Are we going to be going back to our home on Earth 616?
We already are back. What do you... Revolution was home.
I'm an idiot. I apologies.
So we have to talk about a few matches. I mentioned one final exception before the rankings fully take hold for the future.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, of course, if we talk about Christmas at the Garden, Live 45, we have to talk about the next big TPGW event, which will be TPGW Resurrection, live from Washington, D.C.
The Capital One Center.
Now, I know what you're saying. We're a contendership match to see who challenges the TPGW World Champion at Resurrection. Who's going to be in it? How about the winners of the respective singles matches at Revolution?
Wait.
Rex Titus, George Alpine, Jason Collins, Monkey D. Luffy, Patrick Wolf, and Nitro.
Oh, damn. That's a 6-pack if I ever saw one.
Over the top rope, winner challenges the TPGW World Champion. Now, you notice I didn't say Gohan.
I figured as much. He might be working on that night.
He is working on that night because the TPGW World Championship will be on the line at Christmas at the Garden. Son Gohan will defend against the current ranked number 1 contender, Duncan Vermill, in the opening match.
Holy shit! Now that's the bombshell, sir. Good sir.
Ooh.
Now that...
And in the main event, the TPGW Diamonds World Championship will be on the line. Tony Storm defends against the current ranked number 1 contender, Bo Dennis.
Oh, good Lord in heaven. Madison Square Garden won't know what hit them when we hit Live 45.
And as part of the CCL World Tour, Jamal Bedlam will put the CCL World Championship on the line against the current TPGW Hardcore Champion, the Hellhound, Charles Schultz.
Honestly, those two men know each other very well. They have done this dance many times against each other in many different leagues. So it comes to no surprise that they will dance one more time, but under the TPGW banner, but for the CCL Heavyweight Championship of the World.
And how many of you remember the Hana Kimura Cup?
Yeah. Oh, no.
On Live 45, Christmas at the Garden, live from Madison Square Garden in New York City. Christmas morning. Ivy Embers will challenge Akira Yukimura for the Queens of Wrestling Championship.
Oh my God!
Oh,
now that's a Christmas present right there. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the very first time the Queens of Wrestling Championship will be defended on TPGW soil?
Second time. The first time was at TPGW California Beach Bash when Akira, in her first reign, successfully defended against Kitty White.
This honestly is going to be a very, very physical contest.
And that's not even the full card. We may develop more of the card as the 22 web matches leading up to the Holiday USA Tour go along the way. Which, by the way, if you think Jamal's gonna get off with just a CCL World Title reign, you are sadly mistaken, because one of the 22 web matches is the TPGW Triple Crown Championship match. Jamal Bedlam will defend against Monkey D. Luffy.
Oh, that's going to be a good one. The Savage versus the King of the Pirates.
Zaya Steele will defend the Euro-American Championship against Jay Cruz.
Interesting.
Frost will defend the TPGW 229 Championship against Tommaso Ciampa.
Ooh, that's going to be good. The Psycho Killer versus Frost for the 229 title.
And the very first match. Get your clocks ready, because tomorrow is December 1st. Tomorrow is the first web match. And tomorrow, the Underground Internet Championship will be on the line as JP D'Angelo defends against Louis Marino.
Damn. Well, you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. December 1st, 2022. start the web matches with an underground internet championship
2021.
match.
2021.
Yep.
Not 2022.
God, so I get my calendars fixed in my head.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, 2021. We're gonna
And
we're
who
gonna end
knows what other
2021 off right.
And who knows what other championships will be on the line?
Mm-hmm.
We got Queens of Wrestling. We got the CCL World Title. Who knows what else we could see along the way this season?
Never know.
Because along the way, we're going to have not just the Holiday USA Tour, but as soon as that's done, the Holiday USA Tour doesn't end at Resurrection. It ends in Knoxville with Elimination Chamber Week.
Ooh.
Which will kick...
Knoxville, Tennessee. You're saying?
Yes, which after that, every singles championship will be on the line during that week, by the way. All of them in Elimination Chamber matches.
I mean, come on, it's Chamber Week. You gotta have to do it. It wouldn't be Chamber Week without it.
That's right, and after that, we will be entering the Tournée Royale des Pouvoirs. I apologize to any French people watching this that I may have insulted, but basically it is the Royal Tour of Power in English, where we will travel across Europe, hosting the King of the Ring tournament, hosting the Bombshell Cup, all leading to TPGW Olympus live from London, England, in Wembley Stadium.
London has been home to many a great call wrestling ventures of this year.
And since we are traveling through France, I'm not saying there's going to be a Call All Stars Championship defense, but
I mean,
you'll just have to wait and see. You'll just have to wait.
I mean, you know, yeah.
I can't spoil everything.
No, it's something you just gotta keep your ears to the ground. You know what I'm saying? On that one.
Yes, but then we'll hit the homecoming tour. We'll run through Lexington. We'll run through Denver for a couple of shows until we enter. This was the name of a CPV. Now it's a whole damn tour. The Eastern Invasion Tour.
Man. Well, I mean, we're not called the People's Global Wrestling for nothing.
We are going around the world in 1 year because it will start off with TPGW Live episode 50. Live from Seoul, South Korea.
And honestly, we're going to give Seoul, South Korea a better show than what their compatriots in the North got back in 1992. Count on it.
Then it'll go through
Japan. I said it.
Through Japan. It'll go across the Pacific Islands. It'll go in to Sydney, Australia for TPGW Bondi Beach Bash. Mate.
Oh yeah. Going down under and we're gonna have a ball in Australia, mate.
And then we will go up north, way cold after the Eastern Invasion tour is over, to Solna, Stockholm, Sweden, the Friends Arena for TPGW Crossroads.
Honestly, I bet Stu Eaton has never had a chance to view an awesome wrestling show. Let's give him a treat, shall we?
Yes, but after that, we come back to the United States, more specifically, the West, for the Tour de la Revolución del Pacífico, where we go across the United States side of the Pacific. We go to Hawaii, we go to Cali, we go to Arizona, we go to Nevada. More specifically, Las Vegas.
Ooh, Sin City, be prepared, we're coming.
for what
We're
I
gonna give
call Jackpot Week.
Oh yeah, and it's not it's not taking a jab. Go
It
ahead.
kind of is taking a jab at Adam Jackpot, because that will be the place the now redubbed Jackpot Rumble will take place.
Ooh.
Winners challenge for the TPGW World and Diamonds World Championships at TPGW Revolution 6, like I said, live from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. Sin City. Will you be when you pull that reel? Will it hit all sevens, or will you go bankrupt?
And I think that pretty much covers everything I can possibly think of.
I think you're right on that part.
So with that being said, we got a lot of it's going to be crazy. You're going to see returning stars, you're going to see debuts, you're going to see absolutely everything you've ever wanted to see. You're going to hear everything you've ever wanted to hear.
And then some.
Will we hear a toilet flush?
No, because V-Pac's
No,
not in
we do
commentary.
not.
No, because V-Pac's not in commentary anymore. You heard him earlier.
Yep.
Good point.
V-Pac is no longer going to be in the booth, but Vincent is now on the roster, so we won't have any more problems.
Vincent will be on the
moving
roster.
forward.
Vincent will be on the roster. We have to finish the signing. We have to finish signing him.
Got it.
So,
At
with
least
that
his
being
matches
said,
will be short.
for Drew Diamond, and for Robert McNicol, and for Vincent Cipriani,
Yeah.
His name is better as V-Pac.
Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in for the post show, and MTB, it's all yours, my friend.
Well, I can't think of any other way to lead us out, so I'm going to let the new TPGW commercial do it. See you guys in Season 4. Booyaka! Brilliant!
「こじ開けられたら歴史を